Wanna go for a ride?
Day 3, I know Kusabi. This was initially going to be a video that I was supposed to do like last year, where I was going to talk about I know Kusabi at greater lengths, including its cancellation, but I did that last video, so let's cut right to the fucking point. I know Kusabi was a BL novel, no visual, that was released in the 80s, and adapted into an OVA series both in 1992 and 20 years later in 2012. Is that 20 years later? I hope that's 20 years later. I'm not doing the math check. Like I mentioned in my last video, the remake OVA in 2012 was, from my understanding, the first BL anime cancellation. Yay! But today we're gonna talk beyond the cancellation and dig into this classic BL from yesterdecade because it's Pride. In part because despite my not being a huge fan of it, I don't hate it, I don't love it. Very, very neutral with respect. +1 respect. I do think it's one of the more notable BL anime to ever grace our screens, and in part because I conspiratorially think that it single-handedly influenced a fairly common and recurring theme that's all the rage in BL nowadays. Spoiler warning, you've been warned for both the 1992 and 2012 version for random assorted things that I will be sharing from either of those series throughout this video. So if you're unfamiliar, I know Kusabi takes place in a futuristic, technologically advanced civilization. I personally call it Yaoi Akira, where humans have been overthrown by AI. AI no Kusabi! And the planet is ruled by cyborgs called elites, with most of humanity relegated to the slums. The core two characters are a human named Riki and an elite named Iason, who encounter each other by chance, become involved for socio-political reasons, and fall in doomed yaoi love. Again, overall, I find it to be a series that I highly recommend to BL fans. Even if you don't end up fully loving it, I think it's something that has to be experienced. Now, why did I want to talk about I know Kusabi? So many reasons. Cutting to the chase, I know Kusabi invented Japanese Omegaverse. No, I haven't researched this, but I know I'm right. While more so social roles and less secondary genders, I know Kusabi's already race-segregated story, humans and elites, adds further classification to its characters by way of the labels pets, blondies, and furniture. That sounds like ABO to me. Blondies are elites that are at the peak of the social pyramid, so like an alpha Regina George. Redundant. Elites in general were also known to call the humans of the slums mongrels, zashu, and considering the notable elites were again all blondies, we can confirm that I know Kusabi directly influenced Type Moon's creation of Gilgamesh, objectively. Pets are humans which are kept as pets. Typically they're brought up to be like trophy whores from an academy or whatever, so like mass-produced omegas, like an omega vending machine on every corner. And lastly, furniture are castrated humans who are basically used as indentured servants and as furniture. Like I mentioned in the queer cancellations video, I know Kusabi is still so sexually profound all these years later, and in fact, the novel turns 40 next year. Obviously, if you look at the quality of the 2012 anime, it looks better than most BL anime from the 2020s. Its only real aesthetic competition, in my opinion, is Modao Zusha, which is topical, because Danmei Donghua is the furniture of yaoi anime. The 2012 anime, and even the 1992 anime, which adapted the full thing, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an I know Kusabi expert. Never went so far as to even show a pixelated peen, and yet still thematically its eroticism surpasses most, if not all, of the Anime Festa BL anime, which show us pixelated peen, and some Invisidick. Like I said, there's no biological shit going on like in Omegaverse, despite my comparison of the two, but there are pet rings which come in the form of technologically advanced cock rings, used for both punishment and pleasure of the pet, or both. What's also crazy about I know Kusabi is it's like gay. Not only because of all the copulation, but Riki, the main character, commits basically the ultimate sin in a gay dystopia, sleeping with a woman. When we talk about doomed yaoi nowadays, I think most people are thinking things like Killing Stalking, Banana Fish, Rent a Girlfriend, but I know Kusabi like invented doomed yaoi. If your doomed yaoi doesn't involve castration by the bestie followed by total annihilation, it might as well be CGDCT. But jokes aside, many jokes aside, I feel like this video is coming off facetious at this point, and jokes aside, I do find the metaphors for sexual apprehension as well as internalized homophobia based on social perception that are present within Iason and Riki's relationship to be fairly potent, amusing, entertaining, and worth interrogating. Lots of good shit in a cyberpunk setting that edgerunners couldn't even hope to compete with. David, you were wasted potential, you whore. And by the end, we lost an arm, 2 legs, set of testicles, a passionate doomed love, and the back half of a great looking anime. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of I know Kusabi personally. I forget what I gave it as a score, but I feel like in my brain right now, I would give the 92 version a 6, and I would give the 2012 version a 7. Don't fact check me what I gave it on my anime list. But with the modern yaoi drought, I feel like in retrospect, we peaked with this shit in 2012 and it's just been a very slow, sad decline ever since. So much for like, why am I opening the month so like somber? Depressing, I don't mean to, I swear the rest of the videos are fun. Most of them. Who here remembers I Know Kusabi, either version, one version or the other? Maybe you never knew there was another version outside the version that you saw. Raise your hand if you somehow never experienced the inventor of doomed Omegaverse. I hear that if you pledge to my Patreon or become a channel member, that you can save Yasun Riki. And that was how I went to jail for fraud. So give your money to more legitimate organizations in the pinned comment below. Going from day 3 to day 4, we're gonna transition to talking about a novel to talking about some visual novels with my list of the best gay games that I've ever played. Bye!